So in this video, we're going to look at the child and adolescent CPR with the use of an AED. Just to recap, a child is 1 to 12 and an adolescent is age 13 to 17.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Wake up.
As soon as the casualty does not respond to us, we ask our helpers to call the emergency medical services and go and get an AED. And in this example, we're going to assume we've got helpers there and they're going to go and find us an AED and they'll bring it back to us. While we're waiting for our helper to go and get the defibrillator and call the ambulance, we are going to start CPR. So 5 initial rescue breaths, and then we're going to do 15 chest compressions and 2 rescue breaths. And we're going to keep on going until that helper arrives with the defibrillator or the ambulance is there to take over from us. Now, with an adolescent, we're going to push down 5 to 6 centimeters for a chest compression, whereas a child, we're pushing down 1/3 of their body depth. I don't want you to get too hung up on the ages of somebody. I want you to look at their size. If someone is larger, you'll need to use 2 hands potentially to do effective chest compressions, whereas someone is smaller, like a child, we're probably going to be okay with using 1 hand. Now, when a helper returns with the defibrillator, with the AED, we need to be able to put it on instantly. Now, in an ideal world, we would like the helper to be able to place the defibrillator on or to carry on with the CPR while I put the defibrillator on, because the aim is to get it on without a delay in CPR. You do not want to be off the chest for too long, but at the same time, you also need to get that defibrillator on quickly. In this example, I am going to be putting the defibrillator on. The helper is just going to hand me the defibrillator. Now, the first thing we're going to do is turn the defibrillator on. Then we also need to change the setting. Some defibrillators have this function, some don't. But if yours does have a function and you've got somebody under 8, which is roughly under 25 kilograms, you're going to change the switch to pediatric mode. If you haven't got that switch, do not worry. Then we're going to place the pads on the casualty. Now, pad placement in children and adolescents depends on their size, not just their age. If a child is small, which is normally roughly under 25 kilograms, under 8, we're going to use a front and back position. So that means the first pad we're going to place on the front of the chest, slightly to the left of the breastbone, and then the other one is going to go on the back between the shoulder blades. This helps the electrical shock pass directly through the heart in a smaller chest and prevents the pads from touching. Whereas if a child is larger, around 25 kilograms or over, or an adolescent, we're going to use adult style placement. This is where we place one pad underneath the right clavicle and then the other on the left hand side underneath the armpit. Now, the key rule is pads must not touch and the shock needs to travel through the heart. So you need to place the pads depending on the size of the person rather than the age of the person.
Do not touch the patient. Analysing heart rhythm. Shock advised. Stand clear. Press shock delivered. Begin CPR now. Press the flashing blue I button for CPR voice prompt. Reanalysing heart rhythm in 2 minutes.
And just keep on performing CPR, 15 chest compressions, 2 rescue breaths until the machine tells you it's reanalysing or, of course, the emergency medical services arrive.